Hello, welcome back to Practice Insider's Edge. My name is Dr. Derek Barron.
And I'm Terry Barron. Well, welcome. Today, we want to talk to you about your practice foundation of a 5-star reputation. So tell us, is that important, Derek?
Absolutely. It is a foundational component, but it's extremely important for many, many reasons. It is the lifeblood of the practice. We spoke last week about having your Google My Business, but if you have a Google My Business and you're listed online, but you don't have a 5-star reputation, you're really not going anywhere. It's kind of like having a car stuck in mud or on ice. So, there's a few questions that we want to go over. So what are they, if you don't mind, my dear?
Absolutely. So we want to start with, why do you need a 5-star reputation? Great question. And there are a number of reasons. There's actually a multitude of reasons. We're going to hit some of the high points. These are actually some of the mistakes that you might find that you are making if you don't pay attention to the fact that you're trying to get a 5-star reputation. I mean, you need to be paying attention to your business, your practice's reputation in general. But on top of just paying attention to the fact of reviews, you really want those 5-star reviews. So let's touch on the first question about why you should have a 5-star reputation. And that's because people are looking for a provider they can trust. Number one reason, you want to have a 5-star reputation so that the people who are looking for you find you and see that you have a great reputation. Now, we know that most of our clients, all of our clients, and most of you out there are going to say you do feel you are the best provider in your community, right?
Yeah, simply if we ask you that question, if we get on a phone call and we ask you, are you the best provider in your community, you would hopefully say yes.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then we're going to ask, do your patients love what you do for them and how you've helped them? And again, all of us want to say yes. Absolutely. Our patients love us and they love what we've done to help them. So if you know you're the best provider in your community and you realize that your patients love you, you hear this over and over and they love what you do for them, why don't you have more reviews?
And there are reasons why. We'll kind of get into that, but it truly is, you have to ask yourself, do you have enough reviews? Are you competing against your number 1, number 2, number 5 competitors? It's very important. So the second point on this is
the practice with the most 5-star reviews wins. And we're going to explain a little more detail about that here in just a moment. But bottom line, the better the reviews and the more of the better reviews that you have, you're going to win for your practice. And then the third point we want to make about why you should be paying attention to your reputation and getting those 5-star reviews is that we want you to be prepared when that prospective patient is looking for you for the first time and they can find you and they have a reason to know they can actually trust you, because it's more than just the marketing materials that they might find on your website or your blog or any of your social media channels, right? They know, our prospective patients know, they're smart people, that you put that material out there. But when you have reviews that have been provided by your patients who've actually experienced your care, it gives it another level of trust that the prospective patient believes in those reviews by people who've actually received the service that you've provided them. And that's a big deal.
Yeah. And a way to look at that is if somebody, a family or a friend has said, you need to go to this restaurant. There's a brand new restaurant in our community. Number one, you're still going to search the reviews to see what they say online, because even though it's a friend or a family, you still want to see what other people have said. And tastes are differently for everybody. So somebody might like one restaurant more than the other. And it's the exact same thing in practice. There are people that are going to review you online, and what your patients say about you is critically important. So let's kind of jump on the reverse aspect of that. So what happens when you do have the 5-star reputation, when you are beating your competition, when you have more reviews than your competitors, when you are following our practice leverage method and you are setting yourself up to win with Google My Business and having 5-star reviews? Well, the truth is 84% of patients use online reviews to actually evaluate their healthcare provider. So if you're able to show them that you're trustworthy, you will gain the market share in your community, and you're going to see secondarily from that practice growth. You really can't have a position on Google in, A, B, or C, the top rankings, and you really can't have the best reviews and not win. It just doesn't work that way. Unless when somebody comes in, you provide terrible service, which I doubt that is the case. So there's a lot of people searching for it. As long as you're found and as long as your reviews are better than those online, that's how you're going to win. A second point is Google is going to reward you by getting more phone calls. As we said, the more reviews you have, the more new patients you're going to get into your practice. So that's why it's critical that you must consistently get more and more reviews. And we'll kind of talk about that in the next point about how do you get them. But then the third point about why it's important that you have these is it's critical that you have written and video testimonials. This kind of talked about that perception of people that have when you have great content online and you know yourself and your staff knows that you're a good provider. You can attempt to sell all day long, but what you need is written and video testimonials that will help sell you and your practice from what patients have to say about you. People are going to trust what others have to say about you more than, unfortunately, they trust what you have to say about yourself.
Absolutely. And as we've given examples, right? We all do this, whether it's a product, whether it's a restaurant or another service. This is really important. You want to hear what other customers, consumers, patients have to say about whatever that item is. All right, so let's move on to the next tick box that we have to do here, right? So this is great. Why do you need to have a 5-star reputation? What happens if you do get one? All right, the next question is, how do I get a 5-star reputation? Maybe you're paying attention to your reputation. You just don't have a lot of reviews. Maybe you have some reviews, but they're not as good as you really would like them to be. So how do you improve this? It's simple. You just ask, right? Yeah. Our analogy is it's like being a kid, right? In the grocery store. And for those of you who have children, you completely understand. Even those of you who may not, we've all seen this in the grocery store. A child, as they've said, is the best salesperson because they don't know the word no. And they ask over and over and over again, whether it's for the candy that they love, whether it's for the new cereal that they saw that they want, whether it's for their favorite chips, it doesn't matter. They keep asking over and over. Well, we want you to take cue from that example of the young kid who asks over and over, and we want you to make sure that you're asking your patients over and over again for reviews. Now, we're not implying ask the same patient over and over again. We're implying we're guiding you to ask your patients in general over and over again. So it becomes a routine that you're asking patients for reviews. That is how you get started on getting your 5-star reputation.
It really is that simple, just like Nike is. Just do it. You just have to ask.
Exactly.
So the second point on this,
second point is just do something. And the easiest thing is to grab your phone and get a video testimonial of a patient who's just told you in the clinic that they've had a great experience. Maybe it's their 5th visit, maybe it's their discharge visit, but they're just feeling great and they love your staff, they love you, they love their experience, they love their outcomes. So grab your phone, put it in a horizontal position because that's the best way to get a video that you're going to post, hopefully online, and ask them just a couple of simple questions, right?
Yeah, simple. It's what's your name? You can either be in the video with them, holding it out in front of you. What's your name? What did you come in for? How was the care you would receive? And then the fourth question that's the most critical is, would you refer somebody with your same conditions to see us in the office? So again, you're letting that patient that just told you they're feeling better, a little bell goes off that says we should ask this patient to leave us a review. We'll talk about this in this last portion essentially, but that's where you just simply have to ask, pull out the phone, get the review, go through those 4 simple questions. And as a side note, just for HIPAA compliance, make sure you have them fill out a form that they give you the right to release that online, which you're probably doing in all of your paperwork already, but it's important that you do that. And again, a video testimonial is worth its weight in gold. It can sell over and over and over again.
Absolutely. And then our final offer is that if you want to improve your reputation and getting these 5-star reviews, let us know if you'd like to have a quick little chat. We have a reputation platform, and we even have a recent update that allows you to get video testimonials right within our reputation platform.
So when somebody says, I'm feeling great, our staff member, Jane, would say, Derek, it's great that you're feeling fantastic. Would you mind, Dr. Barron and Terry are looking to grow their reviews online. Would you mind if we sent you a text message or an email to get a review? Once you're on there, if you feel as though we've deserved a 5-star review, please click on the 5-star. And then if you feel like it, please leave a review on Google or Facebook or Yelp or whatever other platforms that you choose. But that's a way to do it, to get the testimonial. But also in our system, it allows you to send out a link that allows you to get a video testimonial that they can literally do from their phone or from their desktop. It's fantastic, and it's a way to grow that reputation online.
So next question is, you need to take some action.
So
right?
we've got some homework for you. All right. And the first one is unique in a sense that it's to get yourself and your staff on the same page. And that's really so both of you or all of you become active listeners. And that means when somebody is in the treatment room, when somebody is back in the gym, when somebody's up front and you hear them talking to another patient, I can't believe how good I feel after my last treatment. I can't believe how quickly I'm recovering from this injury. That's when a little bell goes off, and that's when your staff or you have to really say, okay, now it's time to ask for the review. That's when it becomes critical that your staff is starting to listen more for that. So it's not that you even have to work real hard. They're going to tell you when they feel better, and that's when you know you have to ask. So we want to kind of put a little challenge out there for you. So this next week, we want you to simply ask one patient in your morning shift, one patient in your afternoon shift for review. Let us know how it goes. I promise you, if you do that each day, that's basically giving you 10 chances at reviews. You will at least get 3 of them. You'll at least close on 30% of the people to leave a review or even get a video testimonial. It would be great if you would do that. And then something that's an action step that's really critical for a couple of reasons is people are leaving reviews online. Make sure that you are monitoring that. Our platform actually monitors and manages your reputation online. But if you don't have a platform like that, you have to check Google once in a while and Yelp or Facebook. And the things that you have to do is you have to reply. And you want to reply to both positive and negative reviews. Positive, of course, just so people are, if I leave a review, it's great to get that feedback that the business appreciated what I said. If it's a negative review, it's really to be more for the people of the prospective patients that are coming into the practice, that they see how you handle positive and negative reviews. And of course,
that's really important. Yeah. You know, my eyebrows went up. Really? Negative reviews you have to respond to? That's probably as important as the positive reviews. Yeah, by all means, especially, and it deals with how the algorithms work. But for those prospective patients that don't know you, but they see how you handle a negative review, and we all have those crazy patients. You're not going to win every single time somebody's going to leave a negative review. You have the ability of combating that with killing them with kindness. If it's something that your office, did incorrectly, you've got to take that, blame on and accept that and take ownership in it. But if it's something that the patient did, you can point it out as politically correct as possible. So that would be your homework that we would like you to do this week. And then finally, to kind of wrap this up and take it home, remember, first things are first. We want you to be an outstanding provider in the practice. The best you can do is give great value and great service, and your reputation will essentially follow. Exactly. Now, we've just preached for a few minutes about reputation. But as John Wooden's quote goes, it's more important to be more concerned with your character than your reputation, because your character is what you really are, while your reputation is merely what others think you are. So we always want to promote that our clients, that our followers really know that we encourage you to be the best that you can be. And the reputation, like Derek said, will come. But reputation is important. And we went and spent this time with you talking about it because it's a really foundational element to helping you grow your practice. So you really need to be aware of your reputation and be working on it, but be the best you can be first.
Yeah. Regardless of what somebody says online, positive or negative, especially the negative, don't let it affect you. You go into work every single day. You be an outstanding provider, give value. You know deep in your heart that it's your character that you bring to the table. And sometimes there are people that you just can't please. And we understand that from being practice owners as well as business owners. And we want you to think the same. We want you to follow that same as well. So, as always, we would love to know what your thoughts are and comments on these videos. If this has been helpful, let us know. Share it with somebody. If you have any questions or additional input, please feel free to put it in the comments below.
And if you're a private practice healthcare business owner and you do need help with your reputation and you're seeing this video on one of our social channels, just put the word or words 5-star below, and that will cue us to make sure that we get back to you. And if you're on one of our landing pages, just fill out the small form below and we can connect back with you that way.
And remember, Practice Insider's Edge, we are here to help you grow and scale your practice and to achieve success on so many levels.